Well, today is March the 9th. Nice sunny day here, especially inside the greenhouse. I want to really deal with cuttings today, but before I do, I'll just show you the David Austin bare roots that I planted in pots here beginning of December. So that's 3 and a bit months ago. They're all doing very well. That's about 10 inches tall. Which one's this? This is Molyneux, the Lady Gardener. If I shove my hand in, it helps you to see the scale, perhaps. And over there we have Penelope Lively. And here, Olivia Rose Austin. And as I say, about a foot tall, and they've clearly benefited from being in the warmth of the greenhouse. It's not heated, so it does get very cold in here at night, below 0 sometimes. But the added heat of sunlight in the greenhouse clearly has benefits. They're much further along than the roses in the garden outside. Anyway, cuttings. Beginning of December, when I was pruning the roses, I just casually stuck some of the prunings, the cuttings, into pots. And I disregarded all the rules. And the rules are basically, well, probably best not to even take cuttings that late in the year. Ideally, you take spring cuttings, May, June, which are meant to root much more quickly. But I had the cuttings, so I stuck them in the earth. And I've got a piece of paper to put behind them. So as I say, disregarded all the rules. I didn't cut them above buds. And you're meant to cut them ideally. Oh, that one is more or less above a bud. And you're meant to cut them just below a bud as well. And ideally put them in some sort of mixture to encourage their growth. Now, with any cuttings, you're likely to get failures. And this one here was doing very well until a week or so ago. But I can just see at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, probably not. It's blackening at the bottom. And these started wilting. So that's on its way out. But it's not important to me whether or not these succeed. It's just interesting, and it's nice to get one that does succeed. The thicker stems are the ones that tend to do better. But if I get a success rate of, I don't know, 50%, I'd be very happy. And this one is Sweet Honey. And that one seems to be doing really well at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. But as I say, if I get a 50% success rate, I'll be very happy. In fact, even a 10% success rate will be happy for me. The problem about having them in the greenhouse is that although the heat promotes growth, it also dries out the pots. And I think it's a delicate balancing act to get the amount of water in the pots at just the right level so that the soil is moist but not too wet to rot the stems of the roses. Anyway, this is a cutting from a year or so ago. Just get my piece of paper. Now this one was a tiny stem I stuck in about 4 inches of earth 18 months ago, and it actually flowered over the summer, and it looks as if it's going to flourish this year as well, so that's good. Don't know if you can hear the bird song. So this is how far along some of the other roses are in the garden. This is Eustacia Vi. So we've got some growth there. But on the other hand, Ancient Mariner, we're a bit further back. While I'm out here, about a month ago I was just walking around like this. I noticed this rose stem on the ground. Obviously something I'd cut back in the autumn or December, and it just fallen on the ground and I hadn't noticed it. Anyway, I stuck it in the earth. It'd been lying on the ground for at least 2 months, and I stuck it in the ground, and here it is. So that looks as if it's going to grow, and it looks... Well, I was just amazed that it survived on the ground. It has been very wet this winter, so I suppose it never had a chance to dry out. It was never particularly hot or sunny. So, if you fancy taking a cutting, just stick a piece of rose in the ground. Badger damage. You can see where the badgers have come in here. I put some bricks at the bottom of this hollow, and one of the bricks is now over there on the other side of the fence. So that's not really deterring the badgers, is it? And they've ripped up the ground here. This should be grass, and it's not. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the cuttings and how they're getting along. I wonder if I should take them out of the greenhouse now. I'm always panicking about blackbirds grabbing hold of the stems and pulling them out. Or we've got squirrels, I'm worried about the squirrels going into the pots and damaging them. So I think the greenhouse is probably the safest place for them at the moment. Well, I hope that was of interest to someone.